Hello everybody, welcome back to Game Rebooted. Today's list is the top 10 best PlayStation exclusives of all time. There are no rules for this particular list, so let's jump straight into it. Kicking off today's list at number 10, we have the classic that is Ratchet & Clank. First launching way back in 2002, Ratchet & Clank is a series of action platformer and third-person shooter video games. The franchise was created and developed by Insomniac Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation consoles. The games take place in a science fiction setting and follow the adventures of Ratchet, a feline humanoid known as a Lombax, who is also a mechanic. And then there's Clank, Ratchet's adorable robot sidekick, as they travel through the universe, saving it from the evil forces that constantly threaten them. The series is noted for its inclusion of many exotic, unique and over-the-top weapons and gadgets. Now in 2022, Ratchet & Clank currently has 17 games in its collection across all PlayStation devices, from the PS2 to the PS5, including the PSP and the PlayStation Vista. I made a platinum review for the 2016 Ratchet & Clank remake, and it was one of the most fun platinum trophies I had ever earned. If you've never played Ratchet & Clank, I highly recommend it, as it's fun for all ages from start to finish, and with 17 games in the series, I'm sure there's one you will enjoy. Coming in at number 9, we have the Infamous series. I spoke about the Infamous series in our video for the top 10 best superhero games, so if you haven't already seen that, then please check it out after this video. Dropping back in 2009 by Sucker Punch Productions, the Infamous series is one of the best superhero games to date. The series follows the adventures of Cole McGrath and Delsin Rowe, superpowered conduits who must decide their own destinies of becoming either good or evil, as they parkour their way through the city fighting crime or causing chaos, whichever one the player prefers. Morality, or karma, is a major factor in the gameplay and storyline. The player is able to control the course of the game by having Cole and Delsin use their powers for either good or evil. The choice allows the players to have different mixture of abilities, as both good and evil have their own set of powers. The game also uses a karma meter, which changes based on the main character's actions throughout the game and determines whether he will eventually become a good or an evil character, thus giving the game that amazing replay factor. Sitting nicely at number 8, we have Days Gone, my favourite open world zombie game to date. Releasing in 2019, Days Gone puts you in the shoes of Deacon St. John, an outlaw turned drifter bounty hunter who prefers life on the road to wilderness encampments, on his search for his wife Sarah, while trying to survive in a world overrun by zombies, crazed cultists and even the government itself, all while riding your upgradable motorcycle through an amazing open world. Days Gone is easily one of the best zombie games to date. It's like if you cross Resident Evil with a Mad Max game, a combination I never thought I wanted. But after playing Days Gone, it's a combination I need in my life. I'm still holding out hope we eventually get the sadly cancelled sequel. This is one game that truly deserves it. Racing into the number 7 spot, we have Gran Turismo, a game series older than most viewers, dropping way back in 1997. Sony's flagship racing sim has sold around 85 million copies across 8 main title entries and 6 secondary releases, making it the highest selling video game franchise under the PlayStation brand. But Gran Turismo's success doesn't stop with just a sales record. The games have also received 7 Guinness World Records, including the largest number of cars in a racing game, oldest car in a racing game, and largest instruction guide for a racing game. Not forgetting of course the world record for highest selling PlayStation game. With all this success under its belt, it's a shame to see Gran Turismo fall off its pedestal in recent years, with Gran Turismo 7 being strongly criticised by players for its implementation of microtransactions and a pay-to-play system. But even with the downfall of Gran Turismo 7, there is no denying Gran Turismo as a series is one of the best PlayStation exclusives ever made. Smashing its way into the number 6 spot is Ghost of Tsushima. Sucker Punch has crafted one of the best open world games on PS4 with Ghost of Tsushima, a supremely atmospheric adventure that tells the story of a fallen samurai named Jin Saki. It's bolstered by an immensely satisfying, slick combat and a dramatic story. The game quickly became the fastest selling first party original PlayStation 4 game, selling over 5 million copies in just under 4 months. That's absolutely insane sales numbers for a brand new game. I remember when Ghost of Tsushima first came out, it's all anybody ever spoke about. Everyone was so excited to play it, and you would always hear stories about the game being so big and demanding on the PS4 that some people's consoles couldn't handle the game and would break. I don't know how true those stories were, but it made people even more excited to play it. A game so good it pushed PlayStation 4 to its absolute limits. I haven't tried the Director's Cut on PS5 yet, but it's on my list of things to do, so if you have played the PS5 Director's Cut version, let me know in the comments what you think. Halfway mark at number 5, we have the gorgeous Horizon Zero Dawn. It's no secret that I absolutely love Horizon Zero Dawn. It took me a while to play it. Probably around 2 years after it was first released was when I first took control of Aloy, but my god was I missing out big time. From the moment I started my first playthrough, to the moment I finished my 20th playthrough, I was in love with this game. The graphics blew my mind, the gameplay was outstanding, the characters felt real, and the story was gripping and heart-wrenching. I truly cannot praise Horizon Zero Dawn enough. If I was being biased, I would easily put it at the number 1 spot, and spend 30 minutes talking about how much I love this game, but I tried to be fair on these lists, so I felt 5th place would be reasonable. For me, it's no surprise that Horizon Zero Dawn has sold over 20 million copies and has won 11 gaming awards, including the awards for Outstanding Achievement in Video Game Writing and Best Original Game 2 years in a row. It was nominated for a whopping 44 other awards as well, coming runner-up a few times too. Truly a testimony as to how amazing this game truly is. Up at number 4 we have Uncharted. Naughty Dog's Uncharted series follows the adventures of treasure hunter and fortune seeker Nathan Drake, as he sets off to uncover the truths behind numerous mythical treasures and lost cities, resulting in clashes with rival hunters and thieves. The series was generally met with critical acclaim and numerous end-year awards, as well as honours for its technical achievements, storytelling and level design, so it's no wonder it seems to have become a flagship series for the PlayStation. When people think about PlayStation exclusives, Uncharted seems to always be one of the first games they think of. As someone who is not too keen on the Uncharted series, even I have to admit this is a great game series that deserves the credit it receives. When Uncharted first got released, I assumed it would be a Tomb Raider knockoff that people would forget about within a few years. Boy was I wrong. If anything, Uncharted seems to stand side by side with Tomb Raider, and I'm sure for many people, Uncharted may even surpass Tomb Raider in many ways. This is one game I'm glad I was wrong about when it first released, because it has without any doubts surpassed my expectations and become a must-play game for PlayStation owners. From one Naughty Dog game to another, up at number 3, we have The Last of Us. This 2013 masterpiece that has become an icon of PlayStation puts players in the shoes of Joel, a smuggler tasked with escorting a teenage girl named Ellie across the post-apocalyptic United States, while fighting off hostile humans and zombie-like mutants. Unlike most zombie games where the outbreak is always down to some mysterious virus or a scientist doing evil experiments, the zombie-like mutants in The Last of Us are infected by a strain of the cordyceps fungus, a real-life fungus that acts almost the same way as it does in The Last of Us, but thankfully it seems to only affect ants and not humans, for now at least. The fact Naughty Dog did so much research and based the zombies off something that could be possible and has a real world explanation makes The Last of Us even better for me. Then there is the story and the gameplay. Gameplay wise, The Last of Us is pretty much what you would expect. Nothing special, but also not bad either. But the story on the other hand is what makes it as far as I'm concerned. I mean, who can forget this moment that was all in tears?
Sarah? Move your hands, baby. I know, baby, I know. Listen to me, I know this hurts you. You're gonna be okay, baby, stay with me.
Swinging into number 2, we have the webhead himself, Spider-Man, the game that made Xbox fans wish they owned a PlayStation. I have gone on record so many times stating that I personally believe Spider-Man on the PS4 is one of the best games in recent years, and I put it at the number 1 spot on our video for the top 10 best superhero video games. Insomniac really did smash it out of the park with this one. Spider-Man games have always been one of my favourite games to play over the years, and 2018 Spider-Man pushes superhero games to an all new level. The open world is amazing, so beautiful, lively and generally fun to explore. The web swinging is out of this world. I cannot count the amount of hours I have spent swinging around Manhattan with my music on, having the time of my life. The combat is your typical free-flowing combat style made popular by the Arkham games, but taken up a notch and incorporating Spider's web attacks. The story is amazing, it almost feels like it is written to be part of the MCU, and the rarest thing of all with modern gaming is it worked perfect on the day it was released. No bugs, no glitches, just a well-made game that's fun for everyone. I seriously cannot wait for the release of Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. If it's anything like 2018 Spider-Man, I know I won't be disappointed. And last but not least, at number 1, we have God of War. Looking back at it, 2018 was a crazy year for gamers. We got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Spider-Man Reignited Trilogy, Red Dead Redemption 2, Spider-Man PS4 and many more great games, including of course a brand new God of War game. A franchise created by Santa Monica Studios back in 2005, spanning 10 amazing games across every PlayStation console since the PS2. The action and adventure game has always been a cult favourite among gamers, but when God of War 2018 was released, it took the world by storm. This wasn't just a cash in to take advantage of people's nostalgia, it had returning players and first timers fall in love with the series instantly. It's not surprising that it received universal acclaim for its story, world design, art direction, music, graphics, combat system and characters. So many reviewers felt it had successfully revitalised the series without losing the core identity of its predecessors. It has been cited as among the greatest video games of all time, and was awarded Game of the Year by numerous media outlets and award shows. And just like Spider-Man, we have a sequel in the works with God of War Ragnarok. Well guys, that's it for today's list. If you agreed with the list, drop us a thumbs up, and if there's any games you feel should have made it on the list, let me know in the comments. Until next time though, I have been James from Game Rebooted, and thank you for watching.